Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here, coming to you from my hotel room in Mentor, Ohio, where I'm speaking at schools this week. That's something I talk about here and there, so if you watch enough of my videos, you'll understand what I'm talking about by that. This is episode 4, and my very first time playing through Rule the Waves 2. So a caveat, as with all of these videos, I am a noob. This is my first time, so I'm still learning what works, what doesn't, how to play, how to make the most of opportunities. So as always, I welcome your input. Use the comment section below to let me know what you see, what you think I should be doing, what you've learned from your own playthroughs of the game. Let's all learn from each other together and have some fun in doing so. Now, with that in mind, we are going to continue on now as the nation of Germany. If you did not see the first 3 episodes, there's a link in the description below that'll take you back so that you can see those. And we're going to continue on. We are at war with Britain. We've been at war for the last 13 months. We are currently blockaded, and that is no good. So we're going to have to do what we can to break that blockade. So as things stand, we actually still have a slight advantage in victory points in the war. It was higher than that before, but I kind of unadvisedly declined a few battles, thinking that that would be okay since I had such a big victory point edge. But now he has closed that edge, so we're going to have to fight some battles and hopefully get that edge back on victory points higher than it is right now, and hopefully break the blockade in the process. We've got a research breakthrough, subdivision and damage control, so that's always helpful. Nothing happening as far as submarine warfare. Here's our opportunity for a battle, and this is going to be up here in the North Sea, so let's take a look and see what happens. I have a feeling this one's going to end really badly. Somehow we have just 3 ships, the light cruiser Hella and 2 destroyers, and they are right on top of his fleet. I don't know how in the world that happens, but oh, they're transports. Okay. In that case, we might be okay here. Let's go ahead and get these guys to just deal with them as quickly as we can. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since I played, so it's going to take some time to kind of get back into the swing of things. The Hella light cruiser's got 5 4-inch guns and 2 3-inch guns, so nothing really major. But in this particular case, since we're really only facing unarmed ships along with maybe a couple of destroyers, it looks like we might be in good shape. So we're going to go ahead and go to cruise speed and get turned around and see what we can do here. I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. Not quite to real time, but let's see if we can sink. Our goal, our mission in this particular case, the objective is to sink 2 of these ships. So that shouldn't be that hard to do, I wouldn't think. Although it looks like we're targeting the destroyer currently. We just need to take out some of these merchant vessels. So honestly, not a real compelling fight. Maybe we'll take out... Oh, we took out one of them, hit him with a destroyer from one of our... torpedo from one of our destroyers, so that's good. There's really not a whole lot to this one. Maybe we'll go after a couple of his destroyers in the process, but I won't bore you with the details. Ooh, we drove right over that guy. We'll see how this one ends up. All right, let's see how this ended up. We suffered no damage among any of my ships. He did start sending in a significant force. He had 2 light cruisers, 8 destroyers, a bunch of auxiliary ships. We sank 3 of those transports. Also sank one of his destroyers as well. So it's a nice addition. It's a major victory that's certainly going to help things moving forward in this war. We just need a few more such things to happen. Wow. It said major victory, but I honestly didn't gain all that much in the department of victory points. So let's take a look and see where we're at now. We're still right around even on monthly balance, so that's good. I want to look at the almanac and see where things stand. We've still got a disadvantage as far as naval budget goes against Great Britain, but we expect that. He's got 4 battleships in the making. Now, his battleships have not done so well against me going toe-to-toe, but I expect that he will eventually overcome that through numbers, but also technology, so I've got to be careful of that. I've also got a disadvantage on armored cruisers. I probably need to get some more of those built before too long. I do have 2 battleships on the way, 3 light cruisers on the way. But I feel like probably the next place I'm going to need to go is to add to my heavy cruiser fleet. I just don't know if I've done enough as far as technology goes to warrant starting to build those just yet. But right now, under construction, I've got 9 months until these new light cruisers enter service, still a year and a half away on the new battleships. So I think I will go ahead and get a new heavy cruiser design going. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the auto design to start, and then start to kind of get a sense of where we're going to go from there. Now, right now, we've got 9-inch guns, main guns on that heavy cruiser. Speed of 22, 6-inch secondary guns, 14 of them. I wonder how that compares to what I currently have. And so I actually want to go and look at those current ships that I have in service, the Victoria Louise class. They've got 9-inch guns as well. They go 21 knots. They're a little smaller in terms of displacement. 5-inch belt armor, 1.5-inch on the deck. So let's kind of see how that compares to what I'm able to build now. I'm not sure how much different that is. So obviously a little faster. 5-inch belt armor, 2-inch deck, 1-inch deck extended. So a little better, but not significantly. Let's just go ahead. I'm not going to really do a whole lot to mess with that. It is a heavier ship. I don't know if adding to the weight is really something I want to do right now. Let's just go ahead and check that design. It looks like everything's okay. I think just for the sake of being able to kind of move forward, I'm going to go ahead and approve that. Design saved as the first Bismarck. So let's go ahead and develop that. It'll take 3 months to develop the design, and then we'll start building a few of those. They're dominating the seas around Tanganyika. Not a huge deal. I'm not too worried about my possessions overseas right now. Central firing is FC system on ships. That's a big deal. We're better 7-inch guns researched. I don't have a lot of those going right now. But now I kind of feel like I wish I had waited a month. But I think I'm probably going to have to send in a couple of my battleships to make that change on the fire control if I'm able to. But we're going to go ahead and accept this battle and see what we get ourselves into here. So now we've got a heavy cruiser, 4 destroyers, the Hella light cruiser, and then a support force with the Victoria Louise and a couple of destroyers. So this is a little bigger battle this time. All right, it's taken me a while, but I'm finally catching up to the enemy force. It's a couple of light cruisers and a destroyer, and I'm just having a little trouble with my heavy cruiser getting within range of him. It's taken me quite a bit of time, actually, but I think I've just about got it now. Right now, they're about 8,500 yards away. And if I can just land a couple shots, maybe start slowing them down. If I can get close enough between my light cruiser and my heavy cruiser, I feel like these are 3 ships I ought to be able to sink. I just don't know that he's got anything else in the area. He doesn't seem to. I might try to send my destroyers to catch up to him and get around to the other side to try to drive him back toward me. Well, he's just not letting me catch him. He is right about the same speed. I can only go 21 knots, and his light cruisers are going 20. So I'm settling for now for going after this Usk-class destroyer. And if we can at least sink him, I'll feel like I at least accomplished a little something in this particular mission. So we'll see if we can do that. What I'm really hoping for is I'm trying to force a major engagement. I want to get engaged with his battleships and take out a few of those. That's where the real money is. That's where the real difference will be made in this war. I just haven't been able to force such an engagement so far. So we'll go ahead and kind of speed things along a little bit. Now he's running away, so it seems like I'm probably going to have to settle for trying to do this with my destroyers if at all possible. All right, well, that one ended without much of anything. It still becomes a marginal victory for me because I did damage a light cruiser and a destroyer, but that's about all that came of that. And more often than not, that's how a lot of these missions end up going. There's just not a lot happening. But we're going to just keep on plowing ahead here. Hey, there's the Matahari again. Our top spy has managed to get a hold of the blueprints for the new Italian ship. 4 8-inch guns. That's pretty cool for an armored cruiser. 12 6-inch guns. 8 inches of belt armor. That's interesting. That's a pretty heavily armored ship there. Demonstrations occur in some cities in Germany demanding peace and bread. So the issue of the blockade is starting to affect me. And that is something that happened historically during World War I. That was a big part of the problem for why eventually the armistice had to be signed, is that Germany was blockaded, and just supplies were a huge issue for their people as well as for their army. Let's hope that maybe this time we can engage some of his battleships and force a decisive conflict here. Okay, we do have our battleships this time. All 4, 4 of the 5. The Mecklenburg, the Wittelsbach, the Weissenberg, and the Wetten. This is a huge, huge battle. This could be one of those ones that goes down in history. All right, this is the battle we hope for. I do actually have all 5 of my battleships. I've got a 2nd battle division right here, number 10, that has my 5th battleship in it. So basically my entire fleet is going to be a part of this engagement. And we've spotted, it looks like, at least 3 of his British battleships. And we've encountered these Rodneys before, and I actually handled them really, really well. So I expect to be able to do more of the same here. I want to take a look at them, though. They've got 13-inch guns compared to the guns that I've got on my ships, which are not nearly that good. Let's go ahead and take a look again at what I've got here. I meant to do that right there. We've got 9-inch guns on my battleship, but mine should be more accurate, and I'm hoping that that's what makes a difference, because he definitely outguns me. I'm actually going to see if I can come in, since his battleships are way up there. We're going to come in and see if we can come at these light cruisers. Let's go ahead and switch over to cruise speed. We were actually pretty close to that already. And see if we can take out some of these smaller ships before his battleships get in close enough to engage me. We're not quite in range yet. It looks like he's turning the battleships around now. So we're going to start firing our shots here before too long. Now it looks like this light cruiser right here is going to be the first victim. Alright, it is on. I'm just going to go ahead and just go toe-to-toe with his battleships. My past experiences have told me that I actually fare pretty well in this situation. Let's see about the range right now. We're about 3.5 miles away from him. I'm actually going to kind of cross behind him here. That's going to cause him to turn as well. We're actually right up behind him now. I want to pause for just a second and see if we're causing any damage. Nothing that I've noticed just yet. I just want to keep an eye on my own ships, make sure they're not taking too much damage. So far, so good. We're pretty far off, so I don't expect there to be a lot of hits, at least for now. Looks like he separated off one of his Rodneys. Not sure why that is, unless he took some damage. But that certainly makes things better. I've got 4. Actually, here comes the 5th battleship up in behind. So my entire battleship fleet is present and accounted for and firing on these 2 Rodneys. Let's go ahead and turn south so we can maybe get some broadsides going. There's 3 hits. Come on, guys. Let's get some hits on these guys and do some real damage here. Mecklenburg, so far so good. Doesn't look like we're taking any damage. I'll turn in behind him and see what he does. There's that other Rodney. You know what? If we just try to go after him. Mecklenburg superstructure hit. There's a little bit of damage, but nothing major. So this is going to be a kind of a back and forth for a while. But I'm going to press this as long as I possibly can. See if we can maybe score a decisive blow in this war at last. Alright, we're going to turn down this way. Okay, this Mecklenburg's got 8% damage now. Looks like the only one, though. Just can't tell if I'm doing any damage to him. His other Rodneys are way out there. Medium damage on this one. Let's pursue that. We're down to less than 50% of ammo remaining, though. So we may not score any decisive blows in this. Maybe I'll send a couple of my destroyer divisions in to try and hit some torpedo shots on these guys. But I really don't want to lose the destroyer, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Since I've got my battleships, I feel like I just want to keep going with them. Let's take a look and see where things are with the Mecklenburg. I'm a little worried about that one. So we've got some structural damage. We've taken 7 medium hits. So that concerns me some. That one's showing light damage now. I'll go ahead and speed things up a little bit. A lot of hits happening now. But it's not enough to get hits. I need to get a decisive... I need to sink one of these things. I'm getting low on ammo, though. Everybody's low on ammo now. I just need bigger guns. And now we're in the nighttime, so we're going to lose them. All right, well, in the middle of the night, we stumbled upon one of his destroyers, so I think it's going to be the end of that guy very quickly. He just ran into all 4 of my battleships up front here, so we're going to go ahead and just say sayonara to that guy. It did not take long at all to wipe him off the face of the earth. So that may have to be the big victory in this fight, unless we can track down those battleships when daybreak comes along. So we'll see. All right, that's going to be it. I'm really disappointed. I couldn't do a whole lot more. I caused 3 light damage to 3 of his battleships, took light damage on one of mine along with a cruiser and a destroyer. Just not what I hoped for. It is a marginal victory for my side, but not nearly the decisive action that I'm hoping to force so I can break this blockade and end this war. I'm just continuing to stay slightly ahead in victory points. So I don't know exactly how I'm supposed to break this blockade. That maybe that's something I have to do some research on to figure it out. But I feel like it probably just has to happen through a naval victory of some kind. So British raiders sunk a couple of my merchant ships. Not a big deal, really. And we're going to go right into another battle. Let's see what happens. So this time, we do have one of our battleship divisions, so it's a little smaller action, but once again, it's an opportunity, this time a little closer to my home. to see if I can maybe force a decisive action. All right, we've got 2 of his battleships up against 2 of mine. So once again, we have another opportunity here to take on one of the Rodneys along with his Abukir class. And this time I think I might be in a position for a little bit of an advantage here. But we'll only know when it happens. We're in a lot closer this time around. About 4,700 yards. Oh, look at this. He's got a light cruiser that's coming right in my direction. We're going to turn and try to deal with them. Hopefully he got a little too close for comfort and we can finish him off. Alright, our destroyers are going to have their chance at the battleships, I think. No, they're going to go away. I might need to send them in on a torpedo run on these 2 battleships. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pause and see if I can issue those orders. We've also got this armored cruiser over here. Maybe we need to get them along for the ride. So let's go ahead and make them independent. And oh boy, we'll still do AI control, I think. But I want to get them targeting that Rodney. Let's see what happens with that. Alright, this is about as close as we want to get to a couple of battleships. We're gonna force a decisive action one way or another here. He's just a mile and a half off of my starboard side. Taking some hits. Nothing major. Really not sure what it is that the rest of my ships are doing. Heavy damage on the Rodney class. Alright, let's move in. Try and get a kill. Come on, guys. Let's get this kill. Now it's saying light damage. We're taking some major hits as well. This is a little smaller battleship. He's got 2 10-inch guns. Cross in behind him. Just turn 2. Need to get that heavy cruiser over here. Alright, so I'm sending my cruisers now. They're going to start coming down from this way. Mecklenburg just got hit by a torpedo from that light cruiser. That's not good. 55% damage. For the first time, my battleships are in danger. I feel like my best chances were in the previous episodes in some of the battles that I fought there. I really had opportunities that I blew. Mecklenburg has taken a lot of damage. This is a problem. And you can see why that's kind of why Mecklenburg's kind of going off. We're going to go after this smaller battleship. Just can't seem to get that knockout blow. Mecklenburg limited flooding, that's good. Gotta be careful here because our light cruisers are coming up on the Rodney now. Or heavy cruisers, I should say. Alright, we may just have to call this one a day before anything worse happens. It's already been kind of rough. It's my first significant damage I've suffered among any of my capital ships. Alright, we might be able to take out this destroyer at least. Yep, there we go. Bye-bye. Alright, I think we're probably going to go ahead and disengage. Vittles box down to 20% ammo remaining. But we've got this one Rodney class isolated. And both sides have taken some light damage. We're going to make one last run at this guy. Landed some hits. Heavy damage. Oh man, where are these cruisers going? That's not the direction I want them to go at all. I'm still learning how to best operate some of these other units independent. And I'm not doing real well with that. It looks like they were pursuing this light cruiser. So maybe that is the best course of action for them. Maybe I should just let them be. Because it looks like they might get a chance to sink that cruiser. I might turn this into a victory after all. heavy damage on the Rodney. Got heavy damage on that light cruiser. We already sank one destroyer. Really like to get some more kill shots. Actually gonna speed up. Looks like I can't. I don't want this guy to get away. Looks like he's gonna be joined by a couple of his light cruisers. Maybe I'll turn on that light cruiser and at least get a kill there. Let's do that. And now we're going to hit nightfall. Oh, you kidding me? I went in and got torpedoed. That was not wise on my part. But it looks like that light cruiser just slowed down. And I think we've got it. He landed his torpedo, but that's probably all he's going to be able to do. Let's slow down a little bit. We're going to finish this one. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. I just moved the camera a little bit. He may torpedo me again, so this might not be the wisest thing I've ever done to get this close. Too far just because it's dark. This may still be a significant victory. I will let my destroyers torpedo him. And he's dead in the water but doesn't want to die completely. Actually starting to move again. Alright, destroyers, let's not accidentally torpedo me here. Not easy to sink a ship. Let's see if these destroyers are even firing their torpedoes. If that's something I can even order them to do. Yeah. There you go. Hasn't been particularly exciting watching just circling and not finishing this guy off. And we've got a second light cruiser turning up on the scene here. Let's go back to AI. There, now we're hitting it with torpedoes. That's what I've been waiting on. And yet you still won't die. At long last, we finally caused a fire, and we got the hoped-for sinking of this light cruiser. So I think that's probably going to have to be enough success for this mission. Let's see how it ends up. Okay, let's see the results. All right, we sank a light cruiser and a destroyer. We have heavy damage on a battleship, light damage on the other, medium and light on 2 of my battleships. And that all makes a German major victory. Let's see how the victory points shake out for that. 1433 to 517. So we're increasing things. That one got enough to be an actual battle, the Battle of German Bight. And our first Bismarck is ready for construction. Let's go ahead and go to the build screen. Let's go ahead and order a few of those. It's going to cost $100,000 for 2 of them. Build time's 24 months. And the monthly build cost you can see there. So we'll go ahead and at least queue up those 2. That's going to cause a major hit to things, but that's okay. We expected that. We're 6 months away from 3 light cruisers. Still a little over a year away from the Bouvet and the Braunschweig, our next 2 battleships that will enter service. But all in all, I think we're moving things in the right direction. It's 17 months into the war now. Unfortunately, we don't have the naval range to be able to do any kind of an invasion anywhere. Because that's what I was really kind of hoping to be able to do. I was looking at invasion targets, and of course it says, hey, you only have 250 nautical miles of range on invasion targets. So I will have to get higher range on some of my ships. The last thing I want to do is go ahead and take a look at a couple of my ships and see where things stand as far as building. So let's go ahead and open design for rebuild. And you can see here this displacement's about the same size as the armored cruisers that I'm bringing into service. But the main thing I'm thinking about is central firing is available here for fire control, which is an upgrade over what I currently have. And I don't know if making that simple change, yes, I want to armor the main turrets that heavily, how long that's going to take to make that change. Yes. All right, let's go to the rebuild dialog. It's going to take 4 months. That's not a bad thing to do for one battleship, to take one out of service for a few months to get that updated range firing. So we'll go ahead and start doing that. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Some of you are much more skilled at this game than I am, and so you know things I don't know. You see things I don't see. I think I'll go ahead and expand my docks as well. So what is it that I'm missing? What should I be working on that I'm not already? What should I be thinking about for down the road? And what should I be doing as far as my tactics go in the battles that I'm not currently doing that would make me more effective in those ways? So drop a like, drop a comment. I would very much appreciate those things. Let's all learn together about how to do this better. And I will see you again soon with another episode. Thanks for watching.